stars will lie late at night.
Canadian country superstar, Mr. Aaron Pritchett here in Prince George before your big show here tonight at the Cariboo House. Talk us through it here in Prince George. Flew in this morning. You've been here before, of course. Just take us through, I guess, your past experiences in Prince George.
Well, my first experiences was when I was a kid. I used to play hockey here quite often. I lived in Kitimat, so we'd make the drive 8 hours to go to tournaments all the time. So, yeah, I spent lots of time here young, and then started coming back up here when I had my career going, when I was getting videos on TV and songs on the radio, and started playing shows all over. I was here with Toby Keith in 2008, but played in the area many, many times, so it's nice to be back.
Prince George has hosted the Canada Winter Games here for the last 2 weeks, and now you're going to get the, I guess, the experience to see what it's all about and see the, I guess, excitement from this city and how much it's meant to this city. Are you looking excited and looking forward, I should say, to what's going to happen here tonight with your show as well?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a sold-out show, so we're pretty excited about that. But besides that, it's awesome to see. I mean, you walk around town. We've walked around town several times already, and you see how many people are here. Not only the young people that are, it's under 21, right, that are in the events. The parents and grandparents are here, and everybody's supporting their kids and teams and provinces, and it's just amazing. And then to see all these younger people get to know each other from other provinces is pretty awesome, because sometimes they never leave their province until they're in their 20s, and now they get to meet kids from other cities and other provinces and go, wow, there's a life out there. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to see how these people all interact and get to know each other.
Now, I spoke with Chad on the weekend about comparing Chad Brownlee here, of course, so as he was performing. But he basically, I asked him the question about comparing hockey to singing and performing in front of the fans, and kind of what it is. His answer was there's a lot less booing for music compared to hockey. Do you see the same thing with playing hockey when you were growing up and now with the music industry?
Well, yeah, for the most part, but it's kind of funny because you still get a crowd that's disinterested in your music. You know, they're there with their girlfriends kind of thing. So you get the odd beer thrown at you, and it's no different from hockey. I mean, like I said, I grew up playing hockey and still play, and I don't get booed as much, probably because nobody comes out to our games, but it's still kind of comparable. I mean, you can still say that we get stuff thrown at us and booed all the time, but it's not near as much as hockey players.
You just tell those guys to hold your beer?
Yeah, I just throw it back at them and say, here, hold it.
Perfect. And of course, when you go out on tour and when you're playing in front of fans, is there any specific songs that you hold close to your heart and really love playing for the fans?
Well, I guess "Hold My Beer" is the one that you love playing the most. It's sort of the swan song at the end of the night, and everybody's singing along to it, which is, well, it's really cool because I hear all the time they always sing along to most of the songs. It's great for them that they know that. But the best thing I like is that people will come up and say, "Hold My Beer, I was waiting for it all night long. I'm glad you played it, but my favorite song is New Frontier or My Way or Lucky for Me," or all these older songs. So it's pretty cool to hear that kind of thing. So, but my new favorite song is "Wake You With a Kiss," which is my new single, but it literally is my favorite song that I've recorded.
You had a great year in 2014. Boat on the Water has just been rocking up, still is here, and then Wake You With a Kiss is definitely starting to catch on for sure around the country music world, especially here in Canada. Talk us through that song, I guess the meaning behind all of it, and what got you going with that song.
With Boat on the Water?
No,
with Wake You With a Kiss? With Wake You With a Kiss, actually there is a tie between Boat on the Water and Wake You With a Kiss. Boat on the Water was written by two guys, Brett Jones and Rodney Clausen. And I got some demos from Nashville, and I heard that song. And then later on, I got some more demos from a different, or the same company, but I had no idea who wrote it. Turns out the same two guys wrote that song as well. As soon as I heard "Wake You With a Kiss," I knew I had to record the song. And I went to my producer, who's very picky with songs. And I said, I want to record the song. What do you think? He said, it's a smash. Let's record it. Do the best we can. And he's the same guy who does all the Florida Georgia Line, Dallas Smith, Jake Owen stuff. So he knows what he's doing. And when he laid that track down, and after I finally got a good vocal on it, it to me was just one of those songs that I can't let go.
Now I know you're a Langley native, and you look back at that song "Boat on the Water," and you actually put another Langley native in that music video. What was the reasoning behind putting Dallas Smith in that video?
Well, Dallas and I are good buddies, and we go way back. It was something where we had the idea for the video already put together, and I thought, I want to put a little twist on this. I want to make it like something people aren't going to expect, because it's beautiful from the beginning. There's a beautiful woman. It's an incredible day we had on Gabriel Island, you know, and this great boat, and everything looks so amazing. And then, you know, the record player stops, and there's Dallas Smith, and sure enough, it turns out it was actually his woman, and I was daydreaming. And yeah, and I asked him if he'd do it, and it really worked out well, because he had just come back from a show the day before, and then the day after he was leaving as well to go somewhere else. So he flew in, shot the thing, and flew out. So it was pretty cool. It's pretty awesome that he got to do that, and he's a really great friend.
Now, we were speaking off camera moments ago about being up here in Prince George. You got to play at the CN Center with Toby Keith. Take us back to that experience, and I guess playing with him, and I guess there was a story behind it as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. A lot of people misread Toby, and you know, I wouldn't say I know him extremely well. I know of, you know, I know him a bit, and I met him a few times. I've got a really good story about meeting him, but I'll save that for another time. But the greatest story was, we played Kamloops on Friday, and then we were playing here on Saturday in Prince George, and we had heard later on that he'd flown out from Kamloops to Oklahoma right after the show to go coach his son's football game the next morning in Oklahoma, and then flew back here to do the show the next night. And it was just something I thought was pretty awesome. It wasn't so much that, wow, he's throwing his money around, not at all. It's that he's devoted to his family, and just, you know, it obviously went to great lengths to make sure that he could make the coaching, you know, coaching his son's team, and it was pretty awesome to see. And I got to meet him a few times, and he was a really, really great guy, super nice guy, and can be misread sometimes as being too political. He's not really. He's just like anybody else. He's in the public eye too much, and you know, can get lambasted for it. But other than that, he's an awesome guy, and it was so cool to play here. Big sold out show. It's nuts.
Finally, for you, a lot of artists like to cover songs at their concerts to basically show another side of them. Is there any specific covers that you love to do?
We used to do a lot of different covers. I started out playing in bars, so I played pretty much every song under the sun. But right now, what we're doing is we do a little bit of a medley of all these cool songs. I grew up in the '80s, and we put together a mix of '80s songs that's pretty fun. You gotta come to the show to see it. I can't give it all away, but yeah, and even throw in a couple of little new things here and there.
Before I let you go, actually, I got one more thing. You used to be a DJ at Roosters. Talk us through that experience, and I know a lot of people want to know how that was for you.
Well, it was pretty amazing, because it really helped me grow into a bit of a personality. I was pretty young when I started working there. I was DJing, and then I was also playing with my band a little bit. And once I started working there, I started playing with the band a lot more. And then I was known as the singing DJ. So that when I was DJing there, not playing at another bar or on stage at Roosters, I would get up with the bands that were playing there. And you know, it all sort of snowballed from there. And then within a few years, I was just specifically playing. But those DJing years at Roosters were pretty crazy. We had a lot of fun, and it was from the ground up. I was there from day one, and opened the club in 1996, and then it turned into something amazing, not only for the club but for myself as a career. So I hold the Roosters very close to my heart in many ways, and many nights that I'll never forget, and many nights I probably will never remember.
We'll leave it there. Appreciate this, Mr. Pritchett, and enjoy it tonight.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Aaron Pritchett joining us here for Via Sport BC, and of course Canada Games TV today.